Let's see here. See if I could get this thing working right. Let's see if my speaker. Okay, microphone's working. All right. Okay. Try to get this going. See on my. Okay. All right. So wait for a couple more people, and then we'll start in a minute. All right, let's see here. All right, the thing is live, so it's already going to be recording. All right, let's get started. All right, I did a full overview of SPY and QQQ. So start off with ES. So ES, we see it's in this monthly channel here. Monthly channel here going up. And currently we're right here in this pocket between this 4-hour resistance here and this monthly support right here, which we are still above. It's still above the monthly support. It's still good overall monthly. It's still uptrending. It hasn't broke down really the uptrend. Still a nice strong uptrend on the monthly and on the weekly. The only thing, the problem is on the weekly is that bearish divergence that just is staying there, and RSI is coming below. Stochastic's coming below. Also, squeeze is kind of dying down. Now, of course, that could change any day. It could change any day. Okay, change any day. So we had this little box here, and the monthly support here is 5,763.50. We hit that today. Or was that yesterday? Is that yesterday? We probably hit it today as well. Yeah, we hit it today and yesterday. So we double bottom on that today. All right. So one of two things is going to happen, right? So we're going to hold that monthly support, which we just hit. Right? We just hit that monthly support. So here's a monthly bull flag. We just hit that monthly support. It's holding so far 2 days, right? Go into that monthly support. We get back over 58.55 this week, and more importantly, we get back over 5,900 this week. That's going to be a good sign. Okay, it's going to be a good sign. Now, the sign isn't, we're not out of the woods until we're above about 6,000. But if we get above 5,900, 5,990, that's going to be a good sign. It's going to be a good sign. Okay, we reject 6,000, that's going to be a bad sign. But we get above 5,990, that's going to be a good sign. So let's go to the daily. And we can see on the daily, we have that double bottom. We have that double bottom right off that 200 SMA, okay, and off that monthly support. And we also have this inside day bottom tail reversal, double bottom tail reversal, inside day, so like a bullish Rami. Daily setup on ES, which is good, but that means that we need to break this downtrend and we got to break this high of 58.69.50. Stay above that tomorrow. So we've got to stay above that 58.69.50 tomorrow in order for this to confirm. And that's going to also break that downtrend. Now we got some good news and we got some bad news, right? So the bad news is we're still below that 58.55.35 right now. So we're not back over that right now. We're below it. And we could still make a bear flag and then fall down. And where would fall down to? Fall down to 5,700 and then 5,650. Okay, and then 5,600. Now, if we go the opposite way, okay, as we see we had this downtrend, and then we made this double bottom here with the bullish divergence here, with the bullish divergence going up above 50, which is a solid bullish divergence. I just would like to see a little bit more volume. We didn't see any volume that much today, so I'd like to see a little bit more volume. Okay, but if we could hold above 58.24 and we break that 59.69.50, we could go 5,900. Okay, 5,900 and 5,940 tomorrow. If we break out, we're going to break that downtrend and we go 5,900, 5,940. Okay, and possibly get back up to this 5,990 this week. Now, if we could do that, that'd be great. That'd be great. If we could get up there to that 5990, it'd be even better if we get to that 6,000. But 5990, it looks like a good area. If we could get above there this week, stay above, that'd be great. Okay, now that's what we're looking at basically on ES and SPY. We're looking for this pattern, this double bottom, kind of a little dragon pattern to push up and take off. Now this dragon pattern or this double bottom here, if we do this double bottom, then our target would be 6,000. It would be 6,000. That's our target. That's our target. So that if we could get past this and we get past that 5940, we could get that 5990 because that target is 6,000. So that'd be great. Okay, that'd be awesome if we could do that. Double bottom, break that, break this, and go higher. Okay. So that's what we're looking to do tomorrow on SPY. I mean on ES. If ES doesn't it can't break this area, this 58.69, and by the end of the day, and we don't stay above that, then we're gonna come back down and revisit these levels: 58.24, 57.69, and possibly lower. If we can't hold this monthly support here. So far, so good. You know, with all the news and all the events coming out and everything, you know, it's one news away from, you know, falling down. So if we could get this bounce here, which it looks very good, and there's no bad news or no volatility news, then we could easily have a nice bounce right off this 200 SMA and pop up and come back to this 100 SMA by Friday. So we're here right there, that 200 SMA. We pop it up, we go up to that 5990, 5988. That area, that 6,000 area, is right at that 50 and 20 SMA. If we could get up back up there, that'd be great by the end of the week. That'd be awesome. If we can't, if we get rejected before that 5990, you know, we're gonna make this larger bear flag here and then possibly go down lower. Okay, and what's the low that we could go? Well, then we'll be looking at this being a bear flag and then dropping towards 55.14, 55.15, 56.70 first, and then we got a gap fill right here. At that 56.41, 50. Okay, that's on the weekly. All right, so if we can't hold above these and we set up a bear flag, then we drop it down to 56.40 and 55.14, and then we stay in this area before we turn around and come back up. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at SPY now. All right, SPY. A little bit more work on SPY. Okay. So here we have a long-term channel. Okay, long-term monthly channel on SPY. Now, we are at the upper end of that channel, and we're having difficulties getting through it. Okay, now we have our monthly support right here at 573, 573.90. Okay, we hit that today. Okay, and we reversed from that yesterday and today. Okay, now if we lose that, we would be going down to 549.50, 549.50. And then if we lose that, we would be coming down to 535. And then we lose that, we come down to 487. Okay, and that'd be the lower end of the channel if that happens. You know, if that happens, it would be something like this. And then it would go back. So it would be over a few months. It wouldn't be over. It wouldn't be within this next month or two. It would be over a few months. You know, this one took several months before bottom. It took, let's see here. It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months till it bottomed, and then it kind of went sideways, and then it went back up there. So if this is up, still high. It's still in the monthly bull flag, still holding, still looking great. Okay, bearish divergence on here, not really. On the monthly, not really. On the weekly, we do. The weekly, there is a bearish divergence there, as we saw on ES and we showed last week. Okay, that's still there. RSI is below 50, and stochastics are kind of slowing down, coming downwards. Okay, so that's a concern right there, but we are still right at that we are right at that monthly support right there, 573.90. Okay, we're holding it. Monthly support is holding so far. All right, if we do break down, let's go on the daily here. Okay, so right here we have that holding that monthly support. If we do break it, if we can't get back over 588.38, right? If we reject that area, okay, we could come down to 565, 561, 556. Okay. So if we lose that 200 SMA, we go 565, 561, 556. Okay. And then 550. That's if we lose that area, that 200 SMA, 571. So this would be our breakdown point. Now, what it's looking like so far is holding. Okay, not only do we have a indecision candle yesterday, but we had a bullish engulfing candle today. Okay, that's positive. Both of those are positive. That's a reversal. That's a confirmation of the reversal. Okay, and then on our 4-hour chart, we have a possible double bottom area here. Okay, and same thing with our 1-hour chart. Possible double bottom with the increasing RSI. Looking good. Okay, also bull flag forming on the hourly. Okay, that we need to get over. That 480, 84.90. That 484.88. Okay, if we're able to break that tomorrow, okay, as long as we stay above 480, this bull flag is still good, and we could break out. And if we could break out that 485, we go 488 for sure. Okay, that's a downtrend and our resistance on our daily. We go there for sure. If we could break that downtrend and break that resistance, we go 592. We go 592. Okay, and that's just for that bull flag. We do that. But if we get some more momentum for whatever reason, and this double bottom gets some momentum, we should get to 598 to 599. Okay, by this Friday, we could probably get there, maybe even tap 600, and that would put us where on the daily? So that would put us right at those moving averages. Okay. So here we would pop it, break that, okay, and then hit this target as our second target. Okay, our first target's at 588. Okay, we would have to break that downtrend. If we could break that 588 and that downtrend, then we go 592. Okay, and then 595. And then 598. Okay, if we could get past that, then 600 we could tap. But this area here is going to be a big resistance area. So we have that as a resistance. We have this as a resistance. So it's an uphill battle. Okay, and it could be a dead cat bounce all the way to 594, right? It could come to 594. You could even come to 598, and if it drops back down, this could be a larger bear flag. So considering that, you know, we would want to still hedge up puts around 595 or 592 to 600, that area right there. Okay, I mean, even if we get a good rejection at 588, we'd want to hedge up puts. But if we could get through those, we have a chance to rally up to this section here. But again, this section here is still near the uptrend resistance of the channel and 3 moving averages, 100, 50, 20, and our weekly resistance area. So even if we do get back up here, that might just give you a chance to say get out of things or whatnot, or hedge up even better. Okay, we're not clear out of the gate until we're above 600 and holding. Okay, if we just come back and tap 600 and drop back down, we're not out of the gate. We still could set up to drop. Okay, that's it. That's it. On SPY, it would pretty much look like a candle like this again. Okay. So we still wanted to do it. We still want to do it because say next week it gaps up and then sells off. Fine, let that be. But for now, we wanted to have that bounce, that push, relieve some pressure, and then set up, and then we could get longer puts on the other end. Okay, but so far right now looks good. Double bottom, set up for a push to at least 588, 592, and 600 area on the SPY. That's on SPY. Okay, so we still have this big giant square area that we're looking at. We're still inside of it. Haven't broken yet. Once we break that, then we have a problem. We have a big problem. Okay, we're going to be going down all the way to 550. Okay, and then probably 535. Exactly 535. Okay, so if we break that box, we go all the way to 535. So what would be smart is if we're up here, if we get to 590 to 5 or 600, anywhere between those, 590 to 600. Okay, it's a 10-point range. We get in there, buying some long-term 550 puts or long-term 535 puts until all of this volatility is pretty much done, might be a good idea. You know, it might be a great idea, because if we do bounce here and then it rejects and we consolidate, then we're going to have a bigger drop down in a little bit, in a couple weeks or a month. Okay, so that's something that you want to take in consideration. Even though we bounce, it might not be everything's all good and dandy yet. Okay, might not be all good and dandy yet. We bounce, which I hope we do bounce, because a lot of things are looking like they want to bounce. A lot of things are holding where they need to hold. If we bounce, get back in there. You know, even if we just get to 597, 597.50. Even if we just get there, it's still a great opportunity to get potential puts $50 lower, or even a little bit more. So you get 550 puts, or you get 535 puts. Either one. Do I think we're going all the way to 487? You know, it's a stretch. You know, but if some hard stuff comes out and it's really, really, really going to affect the market bad, you know, it's a possibility. But at least this area, this zone, from where we are, we bounce, and it could be possible. It could be possible, you know. And let me see where that other gap is. Okay, there's not one on SPY. Not that I see. I think it was only on ES. Yeah. All right. So this box is right there. That's that box. Okay, that's the box. That's a box. We're on the lower end of the box. Okay, we get above 588, we're gonna be going towards the upper end of the box. Okay, we hit above 592. That's the middleweight box. Okay, we pass that, we get rejected again here. You know, we're gonna want to get these lower end puts, all of these lower end puts here. Okay, and just months out, and then we'll watch, see how it does. See if we consolidate here, or if we go, or if we drop. See there. But this area here, I would consider buying puts if we get there. You know, we could just drop off, and even if we just drop off, get the puts. They're going to be more expensive, but get the puts, because that's where we're going. Okay. All right. So, um, okay, NASDAQ. All right, NASDAQ. NASDAQ here. Let's see here. Where is NASDAQ here? Okay. All right, NASDAQ's hitting its 50 SMA weekly. And we got some support here. We got two reversal candles on the NASDAQ daily off the 200 SMA. We have one long. We got another long and a little head right here. So double bottom and tail reversals. Okay, tomorrow we're going to have to see if the NASDAQ can clear the highs of these two candles, which is going to be 20,732.50, 20,725. So what's it at? 7. Okay, so stay above on the daily. Gotta stay above that on the daily. And if we do get a push, then we go to 21,000 and maybe 21,200. That would be where we go, and that's going to be where we would stop. Okay, we got that little double bottom thing situation kind of going on there. We got that bull flag there. That bull flag, first target would be 20,850. Okay, second target would be 20,100. So 950 to 100. That's going to be where that range is. And then if we could break through that, we'll get to 21,777 and 21,127, and then that 21,200. Okay. So far it looks good. RSI still above, still holding bull flag. I'm not sure how it's going to react overnight, but again, if it's still over 20,500, then it's still holding the bull flag and it still could go. Okay. If we lose it, we're coming down, to 20,000, 19,000, and 18,000, right? So this would say it's gonna go more towards this area here if we drop off, because here we're in a box too. We're in this box here. Okay, we need to reclaim that box this week, or else this is dropping off. And we're dropping off to at least 19,000. Okay. All right, let's get into the Qs. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, for SPY, you need to hold down. You need to hold above 580 for the bull flag, or else we have a situation to go down. Yeah, or revisit the 200 SMA. All right. Um, the Qs. So the Qs, I did more work on it. Okay, here. So the Qs is in a channel, long-term monthly channel. We're at the top of the channel there. Okay, we're still above that monthly weekly support. Okay, we're still above that monthly weekly support here. Monthly weekly support is at 495. So we're still above that. So it's still good. It's still in this box. It's still good. Uptrend is good. Everything's good there. Okay. Now, again, if we fall off on the monthly, then we go down here to 463. 463 area is the midterm level of the monthly support. And the lower end is 417. Yeah, that's it. So we got 417.50, the lowest level that we're gonna see, and then we have potential if we drop off of this support at 493, then we go 480, 472, 467, and 463.50. And if we can't, for whatever reason, hold that 463.50, then we drop it to 417. Okay. But we're not there yet. Okay, that's a whole idea of what if this doesn't hold. Well, that's what's going to happen if this can't hold. So far this is holding. We're just in this box, very volatile box. Right? We're up, we're down, we're up, we're down. We could be up next couple weeks. Could be just a very, very volatile box. You know, we broke out, then we breaking lows, right? So break out, broken lows, break out, break lows, break out could happen again. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. This box tells us that we would come down to here to that 463. So if we break that box, we know where we're going, 463. Okay. So we go back to the daily. We see this this here. I want to zoom in here. Okay. So here we had an indecision candle and a positive candle here. Okay, but we didn't close above 503.38 on the Qs. So above 538, 508.38, we need to get it back above there. We need to get above there because first of all, we need to stay above 500. Then we got to clear that resistance. This is bear flag resistance at 503.38. We need to get above there, stay above, and push it to 507, 511, 513. Okay, if we push it there, we're going to have a better chance to push it towards that 520. And that's where we really want to be, that 520, 522 area on the Qs. Now, the Qs have been pretty weak. Okay, so if we see some action, and we see some push coming from some tech, that could be good. Okay. Now, we see the same kind of action of that double bottom area happening on the Qs hourly. On the Qs hourly, okay, we had that bull flag and it kind of fell off. And now we have that bull flag again. We're hoping it doesn't fall off. We hope that it stays above 498, 92. But if it does fall off and it breaks through that 493, we have the targets here. 480, 472, 467, 463. Okay? Now, I'm sure you all heard the saying, the faster it falls, the faster it comes up. Yeah, sure. So can that fall off and sell off all the way down by Friday? If it does, start selling off tomorrow. I mean, yes, it can. It can drop 40 points in 2 days. It could do that. Seen it done it before. But would rather it pop up some more before it does that. But again, you got to keep your eyes and ears open if that does break, that is a possibility. We could fill that pretty fast. Okay. But so far right now, it's holding. It's holding. Things could change tomorrow. Okay, but so far we got a double bottom off that 200 SMA. We're holding above. We break that 503.40. We go 507, 511. Okay, that's where we go. And if we get a little bit more, we get to 514. Okay, 514 would be great. That's where that 100 SMA is. Be like right there at that 100 SMA, 513. Okay, if we could get past that for some strange reason, if there's some really strong rally in the market, our target would be 520 to 522. And that's where we really want to be. Okay, because here's the mid channel, right? The mid channel is around 519. We want to get above that 520 or at least above 522. If we do that, it's we're not safe in the game right now because this is a volatile place. But at least it could say if we stay above 522, we have a possibly chance to push it towards 530, 540. Now, if that happens, if that happens, if we get to here, if somehow we get to 513 or we get to 520, you would still want to be getting puts. You'd still be buying some long-term puts just in case. The market's volatile. You want to get it just in case. If we get back up over 522, you could get some longs towards this 530, 540. But even when you get up to this area, you're still going to want to get some puts just in case we're stuck in this large cycle of up and down between 500 and 540, this 40-point range, because it's kind of what we've been kind of in here in this range bound. We start at 495, went up to 540, dropped it back down to 500, popped it back up to 534, dropped it back down to 509, popped it back up to 540 again, dropped it back down to 495. So we're right where we started, right? A little lower, but apparently right there. Now, if this decides to pop it back up to 523, which is a mid-level, right? And reject there and form a bear flag, we're going to want to get puts there. Now, if we get back all the way back up to 530, 535, 540, anything between there, and you're going to want to get puts because in that zone, it's a supply zone, and we could just come right back down. So we could be in a long-term big consolidation zone just to see what the market is trying to figure out and trying to figure out what all this tariff news is and how it's going to affect, because it doesn't really know how it's going to affect the market so much right now. So it's just volatile. So in that, we could pop it, and if we just stay right here and we just drop down, or we already know where we're going down. We're going here, here, here. Okay, this is the main one, 465. Okay, that was the main one? Yeah, 465. 463. That's the main one. Okay, but I'm still leaning towards the upside bounce just because the pattern and the price action. I'm leaning that way. Okay, that's on the cues. On the cues. Okay. All right. Now we're so same idea pretty much with the cues and SPY is if we drop, we're gonna drop the same amount that we dropped or this had. Okay. That 200 SMA needs to hold. Okay, and that 200 SMA needs a hold, And we could get rejected at either one of these moving averages, either 513 or 520. So I will be looking at puts in those areas, right? And even if we get up and hold up, we get back up here, still be looking for puts in that areas. At least be hedged up as you go up. Right here, be small hedged up. If we push up, cool, we're gonna be better. If we drop, completely get hedged up completely. If we lose that 200 SMA, okay. But same kind of concept with the SPY and the Qs. All right, IWM. All right, so IWM is a little bit different. It already lost its 200 SMA. Okay, it lost its 200 SMA. Stochastic's in the turnaround zone. Okay, we had nice volume on that indecision candle yesterday, and we had some good volume on this candle today. Okay, RSI hit 25, and it's coming back above 30. Okay, this could bounce. This thing could bounce to 211. Okay, if it could clear this downtrend, we could bounce to 211. If it could reclaim 211 and even 214, this could possibly have a reversal, which would be great. But if it doesn't, it's still it's lost in this sideways consolidation again, and we're probably going to 201. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. This possible head and shoulders here, fire down. Okay, there's one of two things it's gonna do. So it either holds here and pops it right back up to that 214 area, because that's where it needs to be. Okay, pops it back up to 214. If it doesn't, it rejects 211 or 212. Then this thing is going to go to 200 and then be stuck in this sideways consolidation again. But it's looking like it wants to push up. Okay, has the same kind of little pattern that SPY and QQQ have. Not as big though. So a little like this one's a little ascending triangle. So it's getting tight. It should be popping right before the market, or right before the market, or yeah, right before the market tomorrow, or right at the market. So we'll see how that happens. We'll see how that is. Okay. Okay. Let's check out DIA real quick. All right. So the Dow, okay, came up here, came back down. Okay, rally back up hard. Okay, come back here. Now, here's the thing, right? We have a gap fill right here. We gap filled yesterday, and then today we did a bullish engulfing candle, which is nice. We never even got put to the 200 SMA. Okay, we had this consolidation. Okay, really bad consolidation, up and down sideways. And then we dropped back down, filled the gap, and then had a nice bullish candle with above average volume, 110%. That's good. Tomorrow should follow through. If it follows through, we get back inside of 433, and we come back into 435, and we might stay back into this consolidation. And then once we break that consolidation, which is about 440, break that 440, we could come back here and touch that 444. Okay, that could be another long sideways consolidation. Okay, looking like, basically looking like this. A big giant consolidation. As you see, we pop it up, come it back down, pop it up, coming back down, and then pop it up again, and then maybe coming back down. And it could just be a giant consolidation going sideways, which it'd be fine. We just need to know about it, right? We didn't know about it the first time. We didn't know it was going to be a giant consolidation. The second time, we didn't know it was going to be a giant consolidation. Thought maybe, okay, it's going to break out. This time it fell back down. So now we're going to probably know, okay, maybe the third time it goes and does all this. Okay, when we're back up here, maybe it's going to drop again. And then maybe it bounces up from there. Or maybe it drops off. Maybe it makes up its mind. But so far, it's a giant consolidation. And when you look at it, say a monthly standpoint, you can see it's just sideways. Just sideways consolidation. It's not super bearish. It's not the end of the world here yet. It's just sideways consolidation. If you saw this on a daily, you wouldn't be tripping so much. But it's on the monthly chart. It has big moves on the daily that go from day to day. So it's a lot bigger moves and swings, right? So here we grab that gap fill. Okay, so then here, boom, we got that. Here, do we have any gaps here? Nope. Okay, so there's a possibility this thing goes back up to 444. Okay, and maybe even a little bit more, 447, and then you get puts there, and then maybe it drops back down to 425 again, or maybe this gaps up tomorrow, right, or the next day, and then it runs, and then it comes back down and fills that gap and then consolidates there. I'm seeing a lot of consolidation in the market, so it could be, right? The markets could bottom. We could pop it up again. Some news could come out tomorrow that's positive. Then we rally hard again, and then some news could come out when we're up at the top that's negative, and then we drop it back down again. So this could be an area of consolidation before the actual move that it wants to make, and it's in a long-term frame. So the swings are going to be a lot crazier and wilder. So considering that, we're going to be grabbing. It's going to be, the swings are going to be a lot shorter. I mean, the swings could be long, but you're going to be getting out of them a lot shorter. You could get longer swings because you don't know how long this is going to be. This is like this from 451 all the way to 421. That happened in 2-3 weeks. But, you didn't know it was going to happen here, right? So hedging up for a month wouldn't be bad, okay? And then here you're dropping down, right? And you're at 418, and then you rally back up to 450 in another 2 weeks. But when you're down here, this is or another 3 weeks. So when you're down here, you're in this for three to 4 weeks. So this could be a month, and then this could be 2 weeks, and then here you're consolidating for another 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks, and then you drop it back down. So hedging up both ways on each side. When you're up here, hedge up on puts. When you're down here, hedge up on calls, or just get calls. But you got to get them some time. Now that this function or this behavior is noticeable. Now we could say, okay, cool. Okay, I didn't realize it was going to do. I realized this was going to drop off here, and then I didn't know this was going to rally up hard here, and then I didn't know it was going to do that again. So now I'm smarter. Now, okay, if it does pop off all the way up here, I'm prepared for it, and if we're up here again and it drops off again, I'm prepared for it. Okay, so now we could be prepared ourselves from these wild swings. Okay, so that goes both ways. SPY, QQQ, DIA, IWM. Again, it could be bottom there, could not. But this one for sure, SPY for sure, Q for sure. Those could happen on all those. We could have this big giant consolidation. Okay. All right. So be aware of that, so that we could do that. Okay. All right, let's get into some stocks. Okay, JD. All right, JD, we got earnings tomorrow, right? Or did they happen today? Tomorrow before the market. All right, so JD, I think we're long some leaps on this one. I believe so. We're long. Yeah, January 2026 50 calls. JD has a good setup. It has RSI holding, chilling at that 50, and it's just been steady there. Squeeze, nice and long, and positive. Stochastics kind of neutral, slightly going to the positive, but it's pretty neutral. Now, the price action here is very sporadic, as with all China stocks. Honestly, they're all pretty sporadic. So, lots of gaps in them. Okay. So, we have this box here. Okay, this box here. Grab that box. Sideways box. Sideways box of consolidation. It's been consolidating, and here I'm gonna move back to a longer term time frame. All right, so I like JD here because it has a nice bull flag. It's been bull flagging for almost a year now, but it just started to act right. This beginning of this year, it started acting good. Last year, it popped up and then it kind of fizzled out and died. This year, it started off good, so it's gonna come and test. So it's gonna come and test this area of resistance here. If we break out this year, and that area of resistance is 47. Okay, then that 47, we break out of that 47. We should hit 50 immediately, and then 55. So we break out of that 47, we should hit 50. We should hit 50 immediately, okay, and then 55. And then we should hit 60 as well. So there's opportunity for this stock to increase 50% from where it is now. Now, if you're not in it already, you're probably not going to be able to get in it because the earnings are tomorrow before the market. I believe so. Let me see. Yeah, before market. Yeah, before market is earnings. Okay, now we have that monthly bull flag, and then we have that weekly bull flag here. That weekly bull flag is targeting 50. Okay. Now, the monthly bull flag is targeting 55 and 60. Okay, so it depends on what you want to play. The weekly bull flag is targeting 47 and 50. The monthly is targeting 55 and 80. I mean, 60. So, if it has good earnings or positive or any positive things, this thing can start running. Okay, it can start running. So here's that consolidation. It's been consolidating for a long term. Here's the other consolidation. It's been consolidating for a long term. So we had this consolidation originally, then dropped into this consolidation. Now we're back in this consolidation. Okay, we break out of this consolidation, we'll start running. We should hit 50 fast. Maybe if it breaks out tomorrow and hits 47, we could probably hit 50 by Friday. Okay, and then next couple weeks, it could run up all the way to 55. If we could hit 50 by Friday, we could definitely hit 55 by next Friday, and 60 by the end of the month. If it has that much juice. Okay, depends on what they come out with. But if it starts to act like it used to act like here, or in the beginning of the year here, rallied up from 26 to 47, which is basically almost 100% of the stock, then we start here, if we start here at 34, then we could rally up, to 60. That'd be basically 100% of the stock again. So if the past behavior is going to mimic this behavior for this year, that could be done. Okay, so tomorrow when earnings come out, see it out, fish it out, see, okay, did it break out? Is it running? Are we past 45? Are we at 47? If we're at 47, there's a chance that it keeps running to 50. and then 55 and 60. Okay, that's JD. That's JD. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Coin. Okay. So coin, you know, it gap filled yesterday perfectly. A little bit more, but it gap filled. I liked it a lot. And I've been liking it a lot, but it obviously wanted the gap filled before it started running. But not only that, what is a nice thing about it, you know, it's right near this uptrend. It's right near this uptrending channel. Okay, it's right near this uptrending channel. And it's in this consolidation here. So it's in this consolidation support. Okay, we hit that. It's in that consolidation support. We're right near that uptrend channel. Okay, there's a lot of support in this zone right here. Okay, if this week we close above 238 or above 237, you know, that's going to be a bullish harami, or you know, we're in the inside week candle already, but I'd like to see it close above 237 or 238. That would be a nice, very bullish candle. But if even if we close above that and we go 240, that's going to be a very strong reversal candle, because it's going to start lower than the previous candle and end higher than the previous candle. It will overshadow that previous candle, and then next week, if we confirm it, we have a possibility of going to 475 within 2 weeks. Now that would be crazy. Now that would suggest, I'm just suggesting this, it would suggest that the price of coin was manipulated down to 197 to fill the gap, and now that it is, all the buyers are in, now they're ripping it back up too fast for everybody else to get in. So if next week we're able to get to 275 or 272, they're suggesting they pushed it down so they fill the gap so they can rip it back up. And once they rip it back up, they start ripping it back up. It's too fast for regular people to get in, and by the time you hear about it or you want to get in it, it's already 280, and then it's already, you know, 60 points higher, 65 points higher than you were looking at it, or even 80 points higher from where you got it at the bottom, like 197. You know, 193 was the bottom, but 197 was the gap fill. Now, if we're strong enough to take it to 240 this week, I would say there is a strong possibility we take it to 270 the week after. Okay, and then we could be back at 300 before the end of the month, which is a very strong possibility if they manipulated it down and now they want to rip it up. Now that's a possibility, but we'll have to wait for the candle. I'm saying a lot, but there's a possibility if we start at 193 and we end above 240, that's already a 40-point move from the bottom. Okay. Now, if next week confirms it and we push through 250, then what's another 40 points, right? We could get to what's another 30 to 40 points? We could get to 270. We could get to 280. Okay, that's a very strong possibility. Now, it might be out there, but I'm suggesting, because there's no reason why coin should have dropped with those earnings and with those guidances and with the markets kind of saying with you know, they want crypto to be a top thing. There is no reason why that should have dropped. So this is an opportunity. You know, even it dropped more than I thought it was. I didn't know it was any gap fill, but I still think it's a great opportunity. It's right here at the bottom of this uptrend. It's at the 20 SMA on the monthly. It gap filled. There's no more gap fills. It's at the bottom of support. It looks good. You know, if we get back up by this month is it just started, right? So if this month this candle gets back up, and say we don't even get to 270 next month or next week or whatever, but as long as we stay up in this area of 270 260 by the end of the month, this is going to be a reversal month anyways. But if we do pass 270 280 and we get to 296 or 300 by the end of the month, this is just gonna show you it's just going sideways, and this bull flag is still good. So there's still going to be opportunity to break out to 360 380 and in time. So if you know, I think it's a great opportunity still. I think that it could definitely keep going, and the reason why I say if it could pass 237 and 237 240 is because we would be above that 200 SMA, and we would break the downtrend of the not the downtrend, but we would break the bear flag that it was in, and we would keep going, and it would be strong. So I like it. I say that it could happen because, first of all, this was a bear flag. This fired the bear flag down. It held. It reversed. Okay. If we push it towards 236 tomorrow, okay, or even this week, 236, and we get over it, and we're at 239 240, and we hold, it's just setting us up for next week. Next week we go 265. As long as we break that 247, we get out of this box. And you see this box? We get out of that box and we break out of it. Where is it at? 293. 293. If we break out of this box and go back up, 293. Okay. So, do I like it? I do. I do like it. I was a sucker for it. I got in too heavy at first. Now I'm trying to make that back, and then get long it again, because I think it does break through. You know, if we do hit this area and then we stay in this consolidation, okay, that's one thing. But if we fill this gap and we start ripping up hard, that just means that they wanted to fill that gap, and now all the players are loaded, and they loaded up at this area of 197, and now they're taking it back up to where they are. Because I mean, look, if you load up, if you're a big whale, and you load up at 193, 197, right? And you're going back all the way to 293. You already made a 50% profit, you know. And this could be a definitely V recovery if that happens, and you already made 50% of your money. You know, would they hold it down for that reason? Yeah, I think so, because why not? They could do it. All right. Sorry. I went on a little rant there. All right. SC. Okay. SC is breaking out of this channel here. Okay. All right. Breaking out of this channel. Now it could. Okay. As long as it stays above this level here. As long as it stays above this level here. That 140 area. As long as it stays above, because it does have nice volume on this breakout. You go 152, 162. Okay, that's the measured breakout for that channel breakout. So 152, 162. Okay. So another about 20 points. You could head up there. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. So let's go with that stuff right here. Okay. Okay. Move up there. You could go there. It's been straight up and breaking out of this channel. Not really sure what this does, but looks strong. What is that? Communication services. Okay, so I guess it has like a lot of it's like it's like a PayPal kind of thing, or not really, but like a mixture of PayPal and Stripe and Square, something like that. All right, so yeah, as long as it stays above 140, it could go 152, 162. Okay. Okay, LRCX. All right, LRCX. All right, LRCX was in this area. Okay, we had a failed breakout here. Came inside, sold off with the market. Okay. And then now it's holding this area. It needs a break above 80. Breaks above 80, goes 82, 83. Okay, 83 is where you're going to have the make or break. You're going to break that 83, 66, and then go test that 86 again. But that 83 is where it's going to have the problem is right there. So it'd be the 200 SMA, and it's going to be that area of resistance here. Okay, if we could get over that 80, we should get to that 83.66 easy. Now that 86.60, you know, this is another one. If this one is just like one that was taken down from the market, then this one needs to turn around and come back up. But I think at 86.66 it might have a little issues, consolidate for a little bit, and then take off. But yeah, I do think it's bottoming, but we do need to get past 80 and get back towards 83.66. If we can't get past 80 at all, if we can't get past 80, then this is any form of bear flag, and then we come back down to 71. But I think that if the market goes up, if we could get that push, then this would come back to 83 and then push it to 86 and then consolidate there. Okay. All right. Oxy. All right, Oxy. You know, we initially got it here, popped it up, then came back down, popped up again, then come back down. Now this here is initially where this bottom originally, and it held it with a nice reversal. Now we're gonna have to see more tomorrow, but I think this is gonna push up towards 47 and 47.50. This tomorrow and into the this week, maybe 48. Now I think it bottoms here, and there's a lot of buyers here, as we can see. Okay, this zone right here, there's a lot of buyers. It caught some right there, and then it turned around, and then came back, turn around. So this is it. This has to be the bottom. If it's not the bottom, then this thing is over and done with. But I have a strong feeling that this is the bottom. This is where it was announced Warren Buffett bought. Okay, so we're right below where his initial buy was, or where it announced that he's bought 10%. So I think it's going to be a lot of whales buying here or holding this area, and this turns around there. So again, this could be something like what we're seeing in the overall markets, where we're having this consolidation zone. And just like we've been seeing in the markets, we've been popping up, sell off, popping up, sell off. So maybe this is the bottom where we pop back up again towards that 50, towards that 50, 52 area again. We pop up towards their area, even 49, that area. So, if this is a bottom and you want to get out of your stuff, you could add some here, and then when you pop up back up to this 50 area, you get out, and then don't play around with it anymore. But to me, it's just the same kind of action consolidation that the markets are doing. It's just a big consolidation until it figure out what all this noise is going. And once that happens, maybe we do pop it up here, okay? And then if you want to hedge up, you hedge up, okay? You're here, you buy short term or add to long term, whatever you want. It pops up here, comes up here to this area, this zone between 50 and 52, okay, or 50 to 53, and then you start loading puts around here and see if it just drops down and continues this consolidation in this zone. It's the same exact thing that I'm talking about the whole market, and I see it with XOM as well. So, XOM as well. Here I see this consolidation here from here. It had the breakdown here to the lows, and then came back up here to 113, then came back down here again to the lows, 105, then came back up here again to 112.66, came back down here 106, came back up here to 112.50, now came back here to 103, but held that previous breakdown. Long buy candle, big buy volume. Okay, I think this one turns around, goes 106, 107, 108, maybe even 109. I'm expecting a really, really large candle tomorrow to confirm this candle. And even if we only get 107, that's fine. But I think Friday comes in and we still go a little higher. I think by the end of the week, we end over 108. So I think by the end of the week, I think we're 108, 109 area. And then by next week and the week after, I think we're 110 positive. So by next week, I expect us above 110. And then the week after, I expect us to stay above 110. And then from there, this is like the same action. Okay, it's up and down, but it consolidates upper and lower. So if we get to that upper 10, 110 plus, we get a 111, say even 112. You want to hedge up there, and then maybe this drops back down again. Maybe it doesn't, but I'm just saying this action, this price action, is familiar, right? It's looking familiar, exactly the way Oxy is. Oxy's a little bit larger moves. This one's a little bit more condensed, but the same action is happening. SPY again, very large moves. QQQ, very large moves, but the same action is spreading out to the whole market. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm seeing. So here I'm long Exxon. Okay, if you guys are in the chat, I'm long that. I got long short term and long term, not short. I mean long. I got long short term this week, and I got long some March and next week. So I think this is pops, and if it does what I think it does, then up here I'll be getting puts. Okay, so upper range is put side, lower range is call side. Okay, easy consolidation, but you don't realize it until it kind of does you in a couple times, right? So that's what I'm thinking about Exxon and Oxy. All right. Yeah, guys, can I get some likes? That would be great. All right. SPY daily. Head and shoulders. Let's see here. Daily. Do I see a head and shoulders? On the daily, you know, are you suggesting this is one shoulder and this is the head, and then if we bounce again it could make a right shoulder? Because that's the only thing I'm seeing. Okay, so that's the only thing. This here, this here, and then if this bounces back up here, and then it could go. You could, but again, if we get to this area, I'm telling you guys to load up puts anyways. So whether it is or isn't, the same targets are going to be for, is it the right shoulder or if it's going to drop off. The same pattern is, it's getting resistance in this zone right here. So if you, as long as you load up on puts in this area, you should be fine. And this is, the beginning of it, because that's the beginning of that resistance. So if you're loading up, the right shoulder is a little bit smaller than the left shoulders, but if you go load up on puts in this zone, if we push, then you'll be fine. All right. All right, Pepsi. It tried to break out once, failed. Put a bull flag, tried to break out twice, failed. Okay, it's in this consolidation. So now it's building a cup and handle. Okay, you're just gonna have to buy time. You're just gonna have to buy time and let it be. This handle is gonna build out to where it wants to be. Is it gonna go? Is it gonna break down? It doesn't matter as long as it stays between 150 and 157. That's your range. 150 to 157. That's your range. Okay, this cup and handle is going to break out whenever it wants. It should break out in the next week or two, but it's a nice cup and handle. But the failed breakout's telling us it's going to consolidate for a little bit. Okay, but it still looks good long term. Still looks great. Okay. Lyft still holding 12. Still holding 12. And it's still holding 12. That's all I gotta say. Held 12, said it was fine. Held 12, said it was fine. Held 12. It just needs to get past 13. But as long as it's holding 12, it's still good. So it has a squeeze firing down, but it's still holding 12. If it starts making a move, it needs to get over that 1350. Once it gets past that 1350, it's having a hard time because all these moving averages are there. Once it gets past that, it could start moving. But it's not going to move until the market moves. So if the market moves this week, next week, this will move this week, next week. Okay? It's not going to move without the market. Nothing really moves without the market. Unless it's not attached to it, like Pepsi and Johnson & Johnson. Those are attached to different markets. But main markets, tech markets, tech markets are really tied to the markets. So if if those don't move, the markets don't move. Okay. Okay. PLTR. All I gotta say on this one is it gap filled. It's holding the gap filled. It got over the 50 SMA today. Stochastics are in the turnaround position. Okay, RSI is turning around to above 50. So this here consolidation. We need to get back above 92. If we get towards above 92, my target right here is 102. So I'm looking for 102. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to hit 102. If it goes more, great. But my target in the next 2 weeks is 102. So if the markets are able to push, we get 102. If it pushes hard, then we could get 110. But my target, what I'm looking for, is 102, and that's what I got. I think I got 90s, and I got 102s or 100s. I think I got 100s. Yeah, I think I got yeah, 90s and 100s. So that's what I'm looking for. My target is 102, and if it rejects there, as long as it got there, because that's the area of resistance. That 101 to 102, that's the area. So we get past that 190 or that 92, 94, we go to 102. Okay. Okay. Hims. Okay, Hims was a high flyer. Now I hate to say this, but typically when you have a stock that's a high flyer and you have this ugly candle here, a complete rejection candle on the monthly, it's not good. It's not good. And then when you have a high flyer and then you have a couple candles like this, typically it's not going to be a high flyer no more. It's turned up. It's turned off. It's going to consolidate for a while. Maybe it goes later, but I think for now it's done. I don't think it's any go anymore. Can you get a bounce off of it? Sure. Can you get a bounce here to like 45? Sure. 45, 40, maybe even 47. But revisiting 72, 73, I don't think it's not going to happen for a very long time. Maybe you could revisit 59, 60 in time, but this kind of action, I don't think it's going to happen any. I think it's done. Yeah, I think it's done so far. Yeah, so my idea is where it's gonna stay is going to be right here to right here. So that's gonna be your $10 range, $12 range bound. Your 36 to 48. You're gonna be in that. So if you're on the lower end at the 36 area, I would be a buyer. If you're at the upper end at the 48 area, I would be a seller. So, and then here's your mid-range. And that's your mid-range, 42. So you're going to be in your lower end or your upper end. I'd be a buyer in the lower end. And then the upper end. Okay? But otherwise, longer term, I personally don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see it. Okay. Okay. Crowd here. Okay. Crowd strike. Okay, here's my problem with CrowdStrike. We had a nice action, nice breakout, very nice breakout. We had a bearish engulfing weekly candle, and then confirmation candle, and now we're underneath the breakout point, 400. Okay, we're trying to hold the 20. Okay. And we're trying to hold the 100 here. Do I see this as a nice bounce? Yes, I do. I see a nice bounce tomorrow, maybe even until Friday. Okay, tomorrow and Friday, I think it could be a nice bounce. But I see that there's going to be a lot of issues right here. A lot of issues between 400 and 408. I don't think it's going to get over that too easy. So I think that we could have a nice bounce in this area, and it could possibly get to this area. But I think that after that area, I think it might come back down here. Might come back down here. Might come back down there. So I think it could get back here this week and maybe even get 386. You know, but I think it's gonna have issues there, and it's gonna have a hard time getting through there. So that's a hard one, because the price action, it's rejected here. Now if it's see, and the monthly as well, the monthly's rejected there as well with the bearish engulfing so far. You know, it could stay in this zone for a little while. Could stay in that zone for a little while. So can it go tomorrow? Yes, it definitely can. I like the big turnaround. I like the buy volume. I like everything about this candle. I think it goes higher tomorrow. I think it could push, unless it gaps up and sells off and eats this candle. But otherwise, if it rallies up and rejects 377, it's a dud. If it rallies up and pushes through and goes to 386, it's strong. We could go to 400 again, revisit that. But I think you're going to have trouble right here. Full on trouble right there. Okay. Full on trouble right there. Okay. J&J. Look, I like J&J a lot. You know, we called it at the bottom. You know, we told you to buy here. We told you to buy here. You know, we told you to sell here. We told you to sell here. But you know, I think, I'm sorry to say this, but I think it's done for now. This was previous resistance here, and I had called out that previous resistance. I told you guys, you know, that 165, you know, that area here, you know, it's resistance, and you know, it started going, and you said what targets are? I said 171, 175, but it couldn't get past these previous resistance. So, you know, I'd say for now, if you can't maintain above 165, you just got to get out of it, because it's gonna either consolidate for a very long time, or it's gonna come back to 160. So come back to 160 area, and then be a little volatile from like 158 to 165, and mess around. But it has a bearish divergence on the daily. Has a bearish divergence on the daily here. Let's see the 4 hour. Has a big bearish divergence on there. Huge bearish divergence. So that just happened yesterday. Okay, that happened yesterday. So, happened yesterday. I would say either get puts to hedge up or get out. That's my 2 cents. If you think it's still gonna push to 171 at 175, then get puts to hedge up. But I'm saying what I'm seeing is 170 could have been the short-term top. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if it doesn't stay above 165, then it's going to go to 160. It's going to go back to 160. If it can't stay above 165, which it is right now, it's above 165. But If it can't, especially if it can't get back above 166, then this thing's coming back down. Okay, so hedge up or get out. That's my thoughts on JJ. Okay. All right. LLY. All right, LLY. You know, we found this one around here. Okay, we got in more around here. Sold it around here. Okay, and then I don't remember if we got in here or not. Oh yeah, we did. We got in here. But now what's it doing? It's consolidating. Even though it has big nice candles, it's still consolidating. This is the targets at 932. Okay, targets were 900, then 930, 913, then 932. 493 is a high target. I mean, do I still like it? I do. Let me see this. Yeah, no, I still like it a lot. But, you know, it's an expensive stock. So I like it a lot. But if you're trying to do short-term things on it, I don't feel like you're going to get the most out of it. I like it a lot, but it's expensive. So, did it have a huge breakout? Yes. Is it still breaking out? Yes. But it's at two major targets, and I think that it might stay there. I'm not sure if it gets at 943 yet, at least short term. I think eventually it will. I think eventually it will get all-time highs. I think it will break all-time highs, honestly. But right now, I don't know. Let me see. Okay, I'll grab that. Let me see that trend line. How it's looking. From there to there. Okay, so it almost lost it today, and it got it back. So this is what I'm saying. The trend line is holding up nicely, okay? But yesterday, it was on it. Today, it lost it and got it back. So tomorrow, if we're still going sideways, it's then you lose it. We're not going to be able to get that 943. So, you know, if you have short-term things, I would look. I don't know. Maybe it rallies. If the market rallies, maybe that rallies. You know, maybe. But again, if the market rallies, maybe this is opposite and it doesn't rally. So it's a hard one there. It's a hard one for short term. Like if you have lottos on this for Friday, look, it's a hard one because look, if you're already up there, then if you're begging for more, then I don't know. I mean, let's see. You know, obviously you could tell that this is resistance hardcore. Okay, so this is going to be meeting that again. So if we don't get past that, then you know what it is. It's going to come down. If you can get past that and hold that 932.40, if you could hold it, then you know you have a shot. But if you're looking for lottos on this, you know, I don't want to say I see it because it looks strong, it looks good, but it looks like it's going sideways. It looks like this is the square that it's going to stay in. It looks like this. I think it stays in this zone. I think it stays in that zone. It's been in that zone for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Maybe you could count that as a half. 6 days. So if it continues to stay in the zone, if tomorrow it can't break out and it sells off, you know, and then the next day it's up, but it's already below the trend line, you know, you would wanted to sell it today, or you want to sell it when you opened up high, right? So, but if you're gonna long term this play, you know, I'd see if it came back to this lower end at about 900 to 913, and then I would get long it to 940, 975. But if you want to get a lotto to 940 right now, I would say whatever it opens at tomorrow, sell it. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it rallies up to 940, 950. But that's just my personal opinion. All right. All right. All right. UK. All right. So DUK. All right. All right. Duke Energy. So this one was going pretty well. And then had that pullback resistance there. So we could say that this here is a resistance zone. Okay, resistance zone here. Okay. Resistance zone there. So we got this here is a consolidation zone. Right there. And then here we got that resistance, the consolidation there. Okay, sideways action. Okay, we're right at the 20. All right, now this looks like a little channel there. Yeah. So here you got the little channel. Okay, we hit that resistance zone there perfectly, right on there. All right, right in the mid, right? That mid hit that. Come back here. So I would like to see this back above 115.66. Get above 115.66, you know, and consolidate there. Hit that lower end channel. You might consolidate for a little bit, but you hit that lower end channel, you can start making it up. If this falls back down, you know, you have a chance to hold here at 113. But if you don't, then you're gonna have problems because you're gonna potentially break this channel and hit this lower 100 SMA. If you don't, you hold it, then this channel is gonna be good and you could continue on up. Okay, if not, you know, this could set up and we go sideways and this 115 above goes sideways and then build like a big giant cup and handle, and then this sets up to push higher. But as if I see it right now, it's either consolidation in this zone or it's a little bit more pullback, but I don't see it going to break these highs anymore anytime soon. So unless some kind of news comes out, but I think consolidation is the best factor that it's going to be doing soon. Okay. All right. All right, let's see here. Let's see. All right, NVIDIA. All right, NVIDIA. So, NVIDIA, we see that same kind of action where we've been like popping and dropping, and then we dropped hard, then we popped up, and then we dropped hard again, right? So here, let's see here. Okay, that was that low. Okay, that was that low. Okay, we hit that, we got that, we held that low. Now we're kind of inside this here. We need a nice, I would like to see us open up a little lower than 117 and just have a big day tomorrow back over 120. Because if we do that, we'll eat this candle. We'll eat this candle and we'll probably go this week probably 125, 130, 125 to 130. Okay, if we could do that, if we could open up a little lower than 117 and we close higher to like say 122, 124, I think by Friday we could be 125, 120, 130. Between 125, 130. Depends on what moving averages we have issues with. If we have issues with 126, maybe we stay above 125. We have issues with 129, we stay above 127. We have issues with 132, we stay above 130. Okay, so I'd love to see it hold above, right below 117.30 where we open, so that we could get a bullish engulfing candle, and then we could start making our moves higher. But we can see here, we had a bullish divergence yesterday. So we have a nice bullish divergence there. Okay, got a nice bullish divergence on the hourly, right where it made that low. And this is consolidating, but we need to take this and break that 120. Once we break that 120, we could start making a move. But I do think that we're gonna make a move on Nvidia, AMD, all the semis. I think that they're gonna make a move tomorrow into Friday, especially if QQQ has a push. Okay, so that 120 is a problem. That 120 is a resistance area. We get back above there, we can start going. We can start making some good moves there. Okay. Now, if we reject 119, we're gonna fall off. Okay, but we could go all the way to 125, reject that, and then come back down. But if we're back above 130, this bear flag is canceled. But this bear flag, we could be all the way to 125, and we could hit 127, hit that 200 estimate, and reject, and then come back down. That could happen. But I think that this volume picking up here, especially with this possible double bottom, I think this sets up for a nice V recovery back to 140, because here we got that drop, we got that pop here, we have the V, we have this V. So all the way from, you could say all the way from right here, we have a drop, right? So we have this drop, boom, right? Then we have this pop, boom, right? And then we have this other drop, boom, right? So to complete the W pattern, we just need this to be the bottom. Okay, and if we do a W pattern, we come straight back to at least the previous top, and that's at 140. It's at 143. Okay, 143.44. But traditionally, W patterns go slightly higher than where it started. So if we could get this W pattern, we could hit 150. Okay, on that W pattern. But we should at least, if we do bottom here, which I think we are, we should at least hit 143. Okay, and that would be that W pattern. Okay, and we could see on that W pattern here, W patterns traditionally have a bullish divergence. Here, we have that bullish divergence. Okay, stochastics in the turnaround as well. So Nvidia, it's a very good candidate for that bullish divergence. So if you want to add to your longs here, it's the best place to do it. If you want to get longs here, best place to do it. Okay, if you want to, even if you want to buy a straddle here, best place to do it. Or a strangle. You want to buy a strangle here, just buy 117 calls, 117 puts, and see what it does for the next 2 months. This is the place to do it. Okay, because if we do go in say 2 months, 150, maybe 1 month, 143. Okay, that's a huge move. 30-40 points. Okay, 30 points, about 30-40 points, about 30-35 points. Okay, so that could be a huge W. Okay, and if we fall off, we're basically dropping to 104 and then 90. But I think this is going to be a W pattern until it actually figures out what it wants to do. At least to 143. At least to 143. All right. Okay. Okay, next DE. All right, DE. Okay, DE here. We lost the uptrend. Okay. Hit this support area at 446.90. Okay, held that 50 SMA. Okay, confirm that reversal here. Now you just need to get back above 470 and 478. Okay, and then you're going to test that uptrend line. You're going to really need to get back above 485 to have this weekly bull flag really, really healthy. Okay, and it looks like it's trying to do it. Okay, it's trying to do it. Okay, here we had this bull flag. We fired, failed, came back down, hit the bull flag support, and holding it. So now it's looking like this range right here. This range right here. Okay, this range right here. Okay, that's great. So it's probably going to be in that range for a little bit. So we look at that range. You see it's right here between 491 and 467. Okay, we're above that 467 currently. So it's going to be in that range. So I think it's good. You're at the bottom of the range. It's a good buy or a good add, whatever you have. And then you're going to be in this for a little bit. And then it's going to make its decision. Okay. So that's what we got. All right. Let's see what's going on. We're doing a live session where you tell me a stock and I do analysis on it, or I just do the stocks that I do and I do analysis on it. Okay. You do mentorships. We do have mentorship in our chat. Yeah. All right. Is that all the other questions, guys? I've been on there for a little while. All right. Well, again, we're going to watch that market. We're going to watch SPY. Okay. If we could stay above 580, then we could set up, break 585, go to 588, 590. Okay. If we get to this zone here between 590 and 600, this is where we want to get puts. Right, we want to get puts just in case. Okay, and if that happens and we end up going higher, that's fine. We could still get longer term puts. Okay, but if it doesn't, we reject. Okay, there's a possibility that we have that big bear flag and we could break down where to 550. That's our target, 550. Okay, now same thing on the Qs. Okay, same thing on the Qs. All right. Same thing on the Qs. We see that bounce. Okay, we get to 505, 511. Okay, 520, possibility. All right, if we get in the zone, we're going to get puts. Okay, we get puts there. You know, we go a little higher, we can still get longer term puts. But if we break down from there, our target's going to be 463. Okay, so here we're looking for a drop from here. If we get there, and just for the reasons of, you know, all of the volatility in the market and the potential tariffs and uncertainties that's going on in the market right now. All right, I'll do Tesla. Tesla will be the last one, and then I gotta get on out of here. Okay. All right, Tesla free falling for the past several months here. Okay, we've dropped from 488 to 261. Okay, it's over 220 points, right? So over 220 points. Now Tesla, seeing that it's kind of found a little bottom here. Okay, right before the gap fill. Of course I would have loved it to get the gap fill. Okay, that gap fill right there. But I noticed Tesla doesn't really gap fill. It doesn't really do that. So I wasn't really. I thought it would hit it. Okay, because it has another one underneath there. But again, I saw the action. I saw the little bullish divergence here on the daily. So we got a bullish divergence there, slighting up. Okay, if we go on our 4-hour chart, we can see it a lot better. That bullish divergence there. Okay, where we're going lower, and this one's going higher. So that bullish divergence, we're just going sideways. We're right at that 200 SMA. Okay, we can see that bullish divergence still. All right, so we have that little cup and handle on the hourly forming, and that's telling us that little cup and handle there, telling us we break that 285. Okay, Where's that cup and handle going? Okay, we break that 285. We are going to go we're gonna go to, we break that 285, we go to 297, and we go to 308. My targets are 300. That's where I'm thinking if we break out tomorrow and we break that 285, okay, that's already from 279 to 285. That's already a nice push. Okay, now we break that, I think we go 290 for sure. Okay, now that's a good push. Now into Friday, I think we could push it to 300. 308, little far there, but 303, very possible. Okay, 303, 304 by Friday could happen. It's Tesla. If it gets any good news or anything positive, it could have a nice push. Okay, I'm targeting 390, and 390 to 300. Okay, with the calls that I got. But if we hit 300, great. If we hit 304, great. 308, even better. But I'm not really targeting 304, 308. I'm targeting 300, 290. Okay, that's what I'm targeting. And if we look at the daily, we can see that 304 is the previous high here. So if we get a nice candle, it's not gonna be anything crazy. It's just gonna target this high-end candle right there. And I think this is where we're gonna pretty much go sideways at, right here between 308 and 275. So I think we're at the bottom end of the consolidation because this is already going sideways, but this dipped a bit below. So if we consolidate here, I think we're gonna go to the upper edge of 300 area to consolidate, and then I think that's a good move. All right. All right, last one. That's it. I'm calling it. Last one, RGTI and AMD. That's it. All right, that's it. All right. Okay. Okay, RGTI. I say this all the time. There's nothing new I'm going to say about this stock. I say it all the time. Nothing new I'm going to say about it. It's a long-term play. You buy leaps on it and don't look at it. It had earnings on what, and didn't do nothing pretty much, or did it? What did it do? It's down. It's down a little bit. It's not down that much, right? It's down what? Down $1. Okay. Buy it and hold it long term, and that's it. It's not really down that much. From yesterday, it was down at 666. I don't think it changes from 666. I think it stays there, and I don't think it goes any lower. So I think that's the 666 is that recent bottom. I don't think it goes lower than 606. So whatever it is tomorrow, in the sevens, I say you buy it long term and you don't look at it and you just leave it, because it went to 21. It's from $1. It was pretty much a penny stock, and it turned into a real stock, and then it dropped back down to $6.06, and then it popped back up to $16. Okay, now it dropped back down to 6.66 cents, and I think that's gonna be that's it. That's gonna be the low. I don't think it goes lower, and then I think it consolidates for a while in this range, and I don't think it's going to get another run like this for a little while until some other news comes out in computing. But as of right now, I think it's a buy long-term leaps and just don't look at it. And that's it. Okay. All right. AMD. AMD is below 100 today or yesterday. Hit 95.80. Okay. Had a nice reversal candle. Okay. Today stayed above 100. Stayed cool. Has a bullish divergence on the daily. Okay. Has a nice bullish divergence on the 4 hour. Has a nice bull flag on the 4 hour, targeting actually 107, 108 for that bull flag, maybe even 110, but 107, 108 is the targets. Okay, hourly, nice bullish divergence, RSI's up. You know, this one's going to have a nice day tomorrow. It's going to have a nice day. It's looking beautiful, nice strong push, nice strong consolidation. I'm going to be targeting 105, 107. High target with 108. Okay. High target 108, but can be 110 by Friday. So if this breaks out, I think 105, 107 can happen. High target 108, but it continues on. 110 by Friday could be easy. I think AMD bottomed today. I think it did. I think a lot of things bottomed today, and that's just like looking at overall general markets. Especially the way that they reacted and how and where they are, 200 SMAs or whatever they are. I think AMD bottomed. Let's see. It's right on that area where that one is. We could come right back up to like 120s, 130s this year. 120, I say 120s, 125s this year. So that's a 20%, 25% increase from where it is right now. So it could definitely go to that zone right there. Okay, if that really is a bottom with that bullish divergence, then this could actually even break that and go a little higher. All depends on the volatility of the market. But another one that pretty much bottomed is Amazon. Amazon, nice bullish channel, hit that lower end of the channel, hit the 200 SMA, holding the channel, potential to push to 214, 215, and if it gets back above 217, then it could hit 221. Okay. All right, guys. That's all I got for you guys tonight. Gotta go feed my dogs and eat dinner. All right, you guys have a good night.